Hello boys and girls, welcome to our English lesson, and today we're going to learn some new words and revise some grammar topics that we have learned before. And also we're going to talk about the guides for parents and teenagers and do some interesting exercises. Let's go! At first, let's just look at these statements and read it. Family is the school of love and parents are the teachers. And now, answer the question. What do you think about this statement? And now, it's time to learn some new words. Take your pen and copybook and be ready to write it down. So the first word that we are going to learn is the word strict. Is a kind of a person who makes sure that children behave well and doesn't allow them to break any rules. Strict. Let's look at another word. Authoritarian. And the meaning of this word is very strict and not allowing people freedom to do what they want. The word tolerant. The meaning of this word is allowing people to do what they want, especially when you don't agree with it. Supportive. Giving help or support. Supportive. And the last word, overprotective, which means wishing to protect someone, especially a child, too much. Here is exercise for you guys, and your task is to complete the gaps with the adjectives given before. I'm going to give you some time for this task. Let's start now. Time is up. Have you finished? Let's check your answers then. The first sentence is, children with supportive parents often do better at school than those without. The next one, they need to be tolerant of different points of view. And the next one, my father is authoritarian. He loves giving orders to others. And the next one, my parents were very strict with me when I was young. I always asked for permission to do something. And the last one, overprotective parents raise fearful. Good job. Let's do another exercise. So here, you have to match the words from the two columns to create collocations, and you have to write them down. Let's start now. Have you finished? Let's check your answers. So the first one is C. Be addicted to electronic gadgets. And the second one, surf the internet. And the third one, A. Waste one's time doing nothing. And the next one, B. Social life. And the next one has a good time. Talk. Talk to somebody. And the last one, F. Get information. You have done good job. Here guys, your task is to put the collocation in previous exercise into these given sentences. For example, Janat has a good time with her friends at parties. I'm going to give you some time. Let's start now. Time is up. Let's check your answers now. B. She has an active social life. C. I want to talk to somebody who can help me. D. People waste their time doing nothing for hours, reading interesting articles, watching movies, or listening to music. E. Reading books is a good way to get information. F. Bolotbek surfed the internet when his parents were at work. And the last one, lots of parents complain that their children are addicted to electronic gadgets. Let's move to another exercise. Here guys, we're going to revise modal verb should and its negative form shouldn't. You have to complete the sentences with should and shouldn't within the meaning. I'm going to give you some time. You can start now. Time is up, guys. Let's check your answers all together. Teenagers shouldn't waste their time in front of computers. Should we go jogging now? You should do your homework in order to be a good student. I have a toothache. You should visit the dentist. You shouldn't talk so much during the classes. Do I look all right? You should wear that red dress. Should I buy a branch of flowers or a necklace for her? And the last one, you shouldn't swim so far into the lake. And now guys, it's time to have a break. We're going to play a super interesting game called Simon Says. Put away your pen and copybooks and listen very carefully.
It's time to play a game called Simon Says. I expect you all know how to play this one, but I'll just explain it anyway. I'm going to give you some things to do, but you should only do them when Simon says so. So if I say, for example, Simon says, clap your hands, you should clap your hands. But if I just say, clap your hands, then you shouldn't. Or if you do, you may find that you'll be out. Okay, let's have a go, shall we? Simon says, clap your hands. Simon says, touch your nose. Simon says, scratch your head. Wiggle your hips. Was anybody wiggling? Because I never said that Simon said, wiggle your hips, did I? Well, that was just a practice. Let's have another go. Simon says, wave your arms in the air. Simon says, touch your toes. Simon says, sit down. Stand up. Oh dear. Did anybody stand up? Well, if you did, you better just stay sitting down because you're out. Sorry. Simon says, hop on one leg. Simon says, hop on the other leg. Simon says, scratch your head. Simon says, stamp your feet. Simon says, put your hands on your head. Simon says, clap your hands. Touch your nose. Did anybody touch their nose? Oh dear. If you did, you better sit down. Wave your arms in the air. Oh, caught you out that time. Simon says, touch your toes. Simon says, hop on one leg. Hop on the other leg. There you see, you should have stayed hopping on the same leg. Never mind, let's have another go. Simon says, stamp your feet. Simon says, scratch your ear. Simon says, touch your elbow. Simon says, sit down. Stand up. Oh dear. I think half of you are sat down and half of you are stood up now. Never mind. There can only be a few of you left now. Here we go. Simon says, wiggle your hips. Simon says, put your hands on your head. Simon says, touch your knee. Touch your other knee. Well, whoever's still in has won the game. Well done, everyone. That's the end of Simon Says.
Here you can see some pictures with 3 women. And here, guys, look at the pictures and the collocations. All of them come from a story. And what do you guys think the story is about? Time is up, guys. And now, it's time to check your guesses. Let's read the real story. 3 women were taking water from the well. 2 women began to praise their sons. One woman said proudly, "My son is clever, strong, and handsome." The other woman said, "And my son sings like a nightingale. No one has such a voice." And the third woman stood nearby and kept quiet. "What can you say about your son?" asked the woman. "What can I say?" said the woman. "There's nothing special about him." The women were going home carrying heavy buckets. On the way they stopped because they felt tired. Their hands hurt and their backs ached. Suddenly, 3 boys ran out to meet them. The son of the first woman jumped over his head, walked on his hands, and threw heavy stones. The son of the second woman came into the middle of the road and sang like a nightingale and danced. The women looked at them with admiration. And the son of the third woman ran up to his mother, took the buckets, and carried them home. It was interesting for the first 2 women to find out whose son was the best. An old man passed by. 2 women ran up to him and asked him to judge whose son was better. And the old man replied, "Where are your sons?" "I saw only one," and he pointed to the boy who was carrying the buckets. And now I'm going to give you some time to read this text on your own. And now, it's time to do one exercise based on that story. On this slide, you can see some statements based on that story about 3 women and their sons. And your task is to choose, are the statements true or false? And if the answer is false, give the right answer like the example. For example, the women came to the well to talk. It's false, because they came to take water from the well. I'll give you some time for this task. Time is up. Have you finished? Let's check your answers then. So the first statement, all 3 women praised their children, is false. Only 2 women were talking about their sons and praised them. The second one, the women stopped to admire their talents of the 2 boys. It's false. They stopped because they felt tired, their hands hurt, and their backs ached. And the third one, only one of the boys ran up to his mother to help. It's true. The two women wanted to know whose son was the best. It's true. And the last one, the old man had a good opinion of all three boys. False. He just pointed only to the boy who was carrying the buckets. This was our last exercise, and now it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.